What's up, Blurry Gang? I'm back with another tutorial. Today we're going to be doing a mid-drop fade with a messy pompadour, hard part, and beard lineup. Let's get right into it. I'm going to go ahead and start my first guideline, no guard, lever all the way closed. Since we're going for a mid-drop fade, I started to dip my guideline around the top of my client's ear, and usually this gives me the best results on maintaining that drop effect and consistency in my gradients and my contrast in my fades. This is the first time you're rocking with me. I like to make my guideline on one side of the head, move to the other side of the head, and connect them in the back. This usually gives me the most symmetrical guideline. And after we make our first guideline with the closed no guard, I'm going to go ahead and just open up that lever. With my lever all the way open, I'm now cutting at a half length longer than I was when it was closed. So as you can see, I'm creating that guideline about a ½ inch parallel to my first guideline, and it's real faint, but it's really important because this guideline allows us to transition into guard length and also transition from that skin or that bald level into the longer lengths into the top. After we're done setting our two guidelines, no guard closed and then no guard open, we're going to go ahead and take out that guideline using our lever play. If this is the first time you're rocking with me, lever play just means that you're playing with your lever between open and closed to doing whatever it takes without passing your second guideline to take out that line and blend out that line. Some major keys to blend out guidelines is to use the corner of your clipper and always keep a really light hand. I always tell my barbers, like, as barbers, we're not cutting hair, the clipper cuts hair, and our job is just to put the clipper where it needs to be. So always keep a light hand and just put the clipper where it needs to be, and the job will get done. After I finish blending out my first guideline, I'm going to go ahead and take my detachable clipper with the 1.5 length on it and start to debulk and set a base to my fade. After that, using my half guard, I'm going to go ahead and start to blend with my corners and take my clipper through the motions. If this is the first time you're rocking with me, the motions just means taking your lever from open, middle, to close. Those three steps collectively I refer to as the motions. To polish the blend, I'm going to go ahead and slap my one guard on, and using my corners, I'm going to take it through the motions, open, middle, close. Now using my hitters, I'm going to go ahead and knock down everything under my very first guideline, which was a no guard closed. And this transitions into that length perfectly. Now using my foil shaver, I'm just going to bald them out. Now I'm going to go ahead and repeat those exact same steps on the other side. So remember, when you're blending, keep a light hand, use your corners, and play with your lever starting from open. That way you don't cut too much at once. Now that we finished our guard work, I'm going to go ahead and use my clipper over comb technique to blend the length on top into the fade on the sides. Using clipper over comb, you have full control over the shape and silhouette of your client's head, and also full control over blending into that long bulk. Just a few tips and keys for when you're using clipper over comb to control the shape and length of how much you take off. Use the angle of your comb, and to debulk, make sure that your clipper strokes are horizontal, as I'm doing right now to debulk. And to blend, you want to make sure that your clipper strokes are vertical. Theoretically, the comb is just mimicking what a guard would do, except now you have full control over the angle of it and the closeness of it. So now that we finished his fade, I'm going to go ahead and move on to his beard. We're going to prep his beard using our 1.5 guard with the grain. I find that this length for me gives me a really good medium between not too short and still dark enough to get a really sharp lineup out of it. Usually my client would get his sideburns pointed, but today we're doing something different. We're just gonna hit it with a nice clean fade. So just like we did on the sides, I'm just gonna take it through the guards, fading down, starting from 1 and then to my trimmers. And then now that it's nice and faded, we're gonna go ahead and line it up. A few tips when you're lining up with your trimmers. Make sure that you always are able to envision the line that you're about to put in before you put it in. That way you're not leaving it up to luck or chance on how the client's lineup turns out. Another one is always keep a natural line over anything. You don't want to try and go for the super sharp line but push them back like 2 inches, you know what I mean? And have that crazy regrowth like literally the next day. So keep it natural, guys. Keep it natural, keep it sharp. I'm doing the hard part here. Hard part consists of 2 lines, the top and the bottom. That's why you see me do the top line and then flip my clipper over my trimmer over and do the bottom one. Lastly, when you're lining up, let the hitters do their job. Keep a light hand and just put them where they need to be to get that sharp, crispy line. So moving on to the straight blade. If you watch my other videos, then you already know I stretch the skin one way and then pass the razor across or against the grain to give me that the sharpest line, closest line possible. When you're doing straight razor lineups, it's extremely important to really get that skin tight. So around those areas around the mouth where it might dip in or it might be hard to get to, I get my clients just to blow out their cheek, and that gives me all the space I need. So to finish up this haircut, I'm gonna go ahead and style up my client. So we start with a blow dryer, and I like to build my foundation in the back and then move to the front for it to just kind of sit on, especially because we're kind of doing a messy pompadour. So we really want to create support and a good foundation for the front to lay on. Now using some blurry matte, this product has a really high hold and a matte finish, so it's perfect for what I need it for. I'm just gonna go ahead and apply it and finish up this style using my rake comb. There you have it, a mid-drop fade with a messy pompadour, hard part, beard fade, beard lineup, all of that. Thank you guys so much for watching and supporting my channel. I appreciate you guys so much. You guys don't even know. Thank you. Continue to comment, like, subscribe. Blurry out.